Hi, I'm Jen, and I'm a fantasy copywriter at usesomuch.com, and I use fantasy in my copy to tap into people's dreams and desires. And I believe that the best way to make your fantasy come true is to write it down, because words make it real. So I thought I would do a series of videos on using fantasy when writing copy for your website sales page. Because if you're a business owner and you're selling something online, you want more people to click that buy button. And by using fantasy in your copy, you're going to increase the sales on that page. So there are a number of things when I'm crafting copy for a website sales page that I always make sure to include with fantasy. And those elements are headline, a customer-focused message, subheadlines, bullet points, call to action, flow, and optional extras. So today we're going to talk about flow. And what I mean by flow is that the reader's eyes keep flowing down the page. And really, fantasy and flow go hand in hand, because what you want to do is keep the reader engaged with their fantasy on your page, all the way from the headline until they get to the end when they click buy. And what really good flow does is it piques their interest right away, and one sentence flows well from one to the next, and really the subheadlines and the bullet points kind of tell the story on their own, making it really easy for the reader to scan the page, and it keeps them captivated all the way till they get to the end with the call to action. And the best way to do all this is to tap into their fantasies. So I'm going to demonstrate how I do this by showing you some copy that I wrote for EvanCarmichael.com. And Evan is dedicated to helping entrepreneurs believe. And so he has a ton of resources on his website that help entrepreneurs succeed in their business. And one of the main ways that he does this is through the Zuga. And the Zuga is essentially a guide that helps the entrepreneur with their different problem areas. And so he has a whole series of these, and each one has a worksheet with some step-by-step instructions and some really great quotes and advice and success stories of other famous entrepreneurs. So let's take a look at the copy that he previously had on his sales page for his Passion Zuga, which is a Zuga that helps entrepreneurs find their passion. And right away you can see that there's no headline to really pique their interest, and there's no bullet points to make it more readable. There are some subheadlines, but if you scan and read them, they don't really tell the story on their own. And there's not a real clear, strong call to action either. And none of this really speaks to the entrepreneur's dreams and desires. How do we do that? Let's talk about that. So the first step is to identify what the reader's fantasies are as it relates to the item that you're selling on the page. So in this case, the entrepreneur really wants to make sure that they're starting the right business, that it's going to be a business that they love and one that they're going to succeed at. And then the second step is to identify what feelings they want to have. And here they want to feel confident and excited. They want to have an all-consuming love and passion for their business. They want to believe, right? They want to believe that they're doing the right thing, that it's going to work out, that they're going to succeed, and that they can do it. And so then what you do is you take the fantasy that they want to have and the feelings that they want to have and make sure that is conveyed throughout the flow on your page. So let's look at the new Passion Zuga copy by just reading through the headline, the subheadlines, bullet points, and call to action. There's only one way to know if you've started the right business. Passion is the only measurement that matters. Having passion for your business is more important than having skills, experience, connections, and even money. Having passion for your business is not a result of success, it's a requirement. Inside the Passion Zuga you'll find, and then some bullet points to really help the reader scan quickly and find out what the Passion Zuga is all about. And then a real good, strong call to action at the end. Grab the Passion Zuga now so you can start building a business that you love. And again, tapping into their fantasy the entire way. So you can see there how we pique their interest right away with the fantasy in the headline. And then the subheadlines and the bullet points continue to tell the fantasy story all the way until the call to action at the end, which offered a way for them to fulfill their fantasy. So again, the way to add fantasy to the flow on your page is to pique their interest right away with the fantasy in the headline. The subheadlines and the bullet points continue to tell the fantasy story on their own, and the call to action offers your product as a way to fulfill their fantasy. So if you want to know more about me and much fantasy copywriting, you can find me at usesomuch.com. And I hope you'll consider writing down your own fantasies, because words make it real. Thank you so much.